Good evening. Well, today I would like to introduce Brother Khalid Yasin. The lecture tonight will cover the topics: what is the purpose of life, and what do you know about Islam?
إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وذريته أجمعين أما بعد والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته والسلام على من اتبع الهدى. Dear respected Muslim brothers and guests, as my brother mentioned to you, I am here tonight and feeling very honored to have this opportunity to address you on this topic. And I want to say that this is not a lecture. I don't think that I'm prepared to lecture, but it's sort of an advice to myself even, because I see myself sitting in these chairs in front of me. Just a few days ago, a few years ago, just a little while ago, I was sitting right there where you are, Christian, non-Muslim, whatever nationality, it doesn't matter. A human being that was not aware of Islam. At that particular time did not really understand the purpose of life. So with that note, I would request you to think of what I'm saying to you just as information and as advice, not a lecture. The information which I wish to share with you, it may seem a bit extensive, but when you consider the human brain and the amount of information that it can store and that it can decipher, then a few pages of information tonight, I'm sure it will not overburden you. It is my responsibility to address the topics of our discussion tonight. What is the purpose of our life? And also ask the question, what do you know about Islam? I mean, what do you really know about Islam? Not what you heard about Islam, not what you've seen in the action of some Muslims, but what do you know about Islam? I am honored to have this opportunity, and I would like to begin by saying that all of you have an equal responsibility, and that responsibility is to listen with an open heart and an open mind. In a world filled with prejudice and cultural conditioning, it is very hard to find people that are able to take a moment to think about life objectively, and try to arrive at the truth about this world and the real purpose of our lives. Unfortunately, when you ask most people the question, what is the purpose of our life? Such a fundamental and important question. They will not tell you what they have concluded through observation or analytical reasoning. Rather, in most cases, they will simply tell you what someone else said, or they will tell you what is commonly presumed by others. What my father said the purpose of life is, what the minister of my church said the purpose of life is, what my teacher in school said, what my friend said. If I ask anyone about the purpose of eating, you see, why do we eat? Everyone will say, in one word or another, why, it's for nutrition, because nutrition sustains life. If I ask anyone why they work, they will say, because it's a necessity in order to support themselves and to provide the needs of their family. If I ask anyone why they sleep, why they wash, why they dress, etc., they will answer, this is a common necessity for all human beings. We can follow this line of questioning with 100 questions and receive the same or similar answers from anyone in any language, in any place in the world. Simple. Then I ask you the question, why is it that when we ask the question, what is the goal and the purpose of life, that we get so many different answers? That's because people are confused. They don't really know. They're stumbling in the dark. And rather than to say, I don't know, they just offer any answer that they've been programmed to answer. Well, think about it tonight. Is our purpose in this world simply to eat, sleep, dress, work, acquire some material things and enjoy ourselves? Is this our purpose? Why are we born? What is the object of our existence? And what is the wisdom behind the creation of man and this tremendous universe? Think about that question. Some persons argue that there's no proof of any divine origin. There's no proof that there's a God. There's no proof that this universe has come about through any divine purpose. There are people who argue this way. And they say that perhaps this world came about by chance. A big bang, and this whole great world, with all its orchestration, just came together. And they argue that life doesn't have any definite purpose, and that there's nothing that can be proven through either logic or science that there's a God or a purpose or any divine reason behind this world. Here I would like to mention a few verses from the Quran that addresses this subject, and I'd like you to listen first to the Arabic, because the Arabic is a medicine. While you're listening, you're getting the medicine. After that, I'll offer the transliteration.
إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار.
We seek the protection of Allah from every evil thing. Allah mentions to us in the Quran that to Allah belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and Allah has power over everything. Behold, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of the night and the day, there are indeed signs for men of understanding. Men who celebrate the praises of Allah, standing, sitting, and lying down on their sides, and they contemplate the wonders of the creation in the heavens and the earth with the thought, our Lord, not for any foolish purpose hast thou created all of this. Glory be to thee. Give us salvation from the penalty of the hellfire. Now here in these verses, Allah has mentioned very clearly to us by first drawing our attention to the creation of ourselves, the different postures of the human body, the different attitudes of the human psychology. He draws our attention to the heavens, the alternation of the night and the day, the firmament, the stars, the constellations. And then he says to us, he has not created all of this for any foolish purpose. Because when you see the design of it, you know that the design of it is very powerful and very precise. And something very powerful and very precise that is beyond your own calculation and imagination, it cannot be foolish. It cannot be just thrown together. For instance, if you took 10 marbles and numbered them 1 to 10, and all of them were different colors, and you put them inside of a bag and shook the bag, and then closing your eyes reached inside that bag, and I told you, pull out marble number 1, and then pull out marble number 2, and then pull out marble number 3 in order. What's the chance of your pulling out those 10 marbles in order? Do you know what the chances are? 26 million to 1. So what's the chances of the heavens and the earth being thrown in a big bang and orchestrated like they are? What's the chance of that? My dear respected brothers, we have to ask ourselves a further question. When you see a bridge, a building, or an automobile, you automatically consider the person or the company that constructed it. When you see an airplane, a rocket, a satellite, or a large ship, you also think about how incredible of a vehicle that it is. When you see a nuclear plant, an orbiting space station, a super international airport like what exists here in this country, You have to be thoroughly impressed with the